folks, welcome to Titanfall. We're looking at the latest beta from Respawn Entertainment. Came out this weekend on PC and Xbox One. We're going to check out a mode called Attrition, which is basically team deathmatch, and see what Titanfall is all about. First thing you notice, there's a lot of similarities people make already with Call of Duty, but Titanfall is all about vertical gameplay, and that's given right from the get-go with your guy, because you can run on walls, you can jump, you can double jump. There's a lot of parkour elements throughout this entire game. I think the game really focuses on that style of gameplay through the maps, and you can see here as we jump from rooftops and things like that. And at first the maps do seem kind of small and cramped, especially once we get into the Titans later on. But the reason for that is that focus on the parkour elements in the gameplay. The best way I can describe this is it almost feels like an Unreal Tournament style game. It's more arcadey than it is like a simulation. Obviously, you know, we're looking at a sci-fi game here, so it's not based on any kind of reality, but you're definitely getting a more arcade style gameplay than you would with something like Ghost Recon or Call of Duty and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know, graphically, especially on PC, it's a pretty decent looking game. Good looking textures, and the environments are pretty busy and stuff, which is also, in a way, a detriment, especially in some of the more heavy action-oriented battles I've seen. One of the things the game does, actually, is there's these AI grunts that are dropped into the maps. And these grunts give you points, not as many as you would get for killing a normal human being, but it does help bolster your score and stuff like that. So you do want to kill them, but they're kind of stupid. They don't really do anything, and I'm not sure what they add other than something to do while you're looking for the next Titan or the next human to take out. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm not sure what it adds. So the matches are 6 versus 6, so it's pretty low in numbers, but again, it's a smaller map, and then it's filled in with those grunts, and there's different types of grunts, and some are better than the others. Eventually, though, there's a cooldown timer. You'll be able to call on your Titan, and the Titans are an extension of your character. It's not a slow, lumbering mech like you'd see maybe in like a mech warrior style game, or even like if you play Hawken. Hawken's kind of got a more heavier feel to the mechs. The Titans are a little more agile. You can press the spacebar or the A button if you're on Xbox One and kind of speed boost around with a little meter there you see in the center of the screen. And it helps you dodge shots and things like that. You also have other abilities. You saw we used like a little shield there to catch bullets in, and then you can toss them back out. You have a primary weapon, and you also have a secondary weapon that has a big cooldown timer in between. You can see here, though, you know, there's multiple Titans in this small little cramped space. You end up running into each other. It's hard to move. I don't know. I find it frustrating at times, but in some of the other maps where it's a little more open, it's pretty exciting to see like 4-on-4 Titan action. And there's actually a mode called Last Titan Standing, where everyone starts in Titans and you only get one life. And those matches are pretty quick and intense, and it's you know, rock'em sock'em robots basically. So when you're on foot, you've got 3 weapons at your disposal. You've got a sidearm, you've got a main weapon, and you've got a Titan offensive weapon, basically a weapon you're going to use against a Titan, an anti-Titan weapon. There's a lock-on missile that you see here. There's also one called a Sidewinder, which shoots off a bunch of missiles real quick. That's the one I actually prefer. Gun-wise, you got your machine gun, a submachine gun, like a DMR, a sniper rifle, a shotgun. Again, this is just a beta, so I'm sure it's a small subset of what's available, and as you progress and earn experience, you unlock modifications for the guns and different abilities and stuff like that. You can create custom loadouts for your characters, to your liking. Another thing the game does is it adds something called burn cards, and burn cards are these one-time use cards that you unlock just by completing challenges and earning experience and stuff like that. And they'll do things like reduce the cooldown timer for calling in a Titan, or increase your sprint ability. This is a one-time use thing. You can have up to 3 equipped per round. Once you use it, it's gone. But you can have a pretty big stash. I think right now I'm like level 12 or 13, and I've got about 18 or 19 burn cards in my inventory that I can bring into any match. So it's a neat little thing. Luckily, it doesn't seem like they're gonna do any kind of microtransaction thing there, which seems ripe for in this day and age. So props to Respawn and EA and Microsoft for not jumping on that. But again, it's just beta, so hopefully they don't turn things around and change how it actually plays out once the full game launches. The cool thing about the Titans is when you do call them in, you don't necessarily have to get in the Titan. There's an AI mode available. You can have it sit there and guard you. You can have it follow you. And this has some strategy, because like you can be a sniper and cloak yourself and sit on a building and have your Titan maybe guard capture point in one of the capture-based matches, and then you can snipe guys that are trying to take out the Titan. Of course, at any time you can just kind of jump at your Titan and hit E, it'll grab you and pull you into it, and then you're in control there. Another thing here you can see is you can actually jump on the backs of your teammates' Titans and kind of ride along, which is good for defense, because you can actually jump on the backs of enemy Titans and kind of kill them. I don't know, I kind of attribute to like Halo style, like when you jump on the Scorpion tanks or the Wraith tanks and kind of punch through it and throw a grenade. It's kind of like that here when you're riding a Titan. So yeah, I mean, it's good fun, it's really fast paced, and the matches are surprisingly short. This here is it's a deathmatch team deathmatch essentially, but you're talking 10 minutes to get through a match, and even the capture-based objective matches that I've played, the longest I've gone is maybe 15 minutes in a match. So yeah, it's definitely arcadey feeling. It's quick in and out, but it's good. I mean, it's a lot of fun. There's not too much frustration going on because there's very little penalty for dying. You can get back into the action relatively quickly. The small maps help that quite a bit. But I don't see the game being very big like competitively, because it's very loose. I guess the best way to describe it is I haven't seen a lot of strategy variation. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot you can do with the Titan, in and out, guarding specific things, with the weapons and the modifications and stuff like that, and especially with the small maps. You're talking straight arcade style gameplay, which, I don't know, for competitive type stuff, you're usually looking for more of a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing going on. And I don't know, I just don't get that feeling from Titanfall. It's not a bad thing, but I don't know if that's what they're aiming for. If they're trying to overtake the Call of Duties, it's going to be tough to do that if you don't have that strong competitive element. One neat thing is when the matches end, it doesn't just stop. There's an optional objective. If you're the losing team, you have to escape the map. You have to get to a drop ship, and if you do, you get some bonus to it, so it's not all is lost kind of a scenario. But if you win the map, then you have to stop them from getting to the drop ship. You can destroy the drop ship or just kill all the enemies before they do. You basically have one life at this point. So it's a nice little wrench in the formula for a competitive game here. All in all, I'm enjoying Titanfall. I've played about 4 or 5 hours on the PC, an hour or 2 on Xbox One. It plays very similar. I'm probably going to pick it up on PC when it does come out. But we'll see how it goes when it launches this March.